we're given this value, we're asked for the second derivative. So there's a couple ways to deal with this. We want the second derivative at 3 comma 0, right? So you could either solve for dy dx by dividing this thing over and then do a quotient rule. That's probably what I would do. Or you could have done the product rule to differentiate here. I don't think it's worth it. So I'm going to do this first, and then I'm going to differentiate. So d squared y dx quantity squared is going to be, and now I need the quotient rule. So here's my high function, and here's my low function, right? So low, d high is going to be a 2 minus a dy dx, which we'll deal with in a sec, minus high, which is a 2x minus y, d low, which will be a 1 plus a 2 dy dx. Again, we'll deal with that in a sec. Draw the line, square the low. Here's my argument. I wasn't asked for d squared y anytime. I wasn't asked for d squared y anytime. I was asked for d squared y at this specific time. So I'm going to go ahead and find all these values at that time, right? dy dx evaluated at 0, 3. Oh, sorry, 3, 0, my bad. At 3, 0 is just going to be this guy, right? With a 3 plugged in for x, so 6 minus 0, right? And then a 3 plus 0, so I just get a 2. So everywhere I see this thing, I'm just going to be plugging in a 2. So when I want d squared y dx squared specifically at the point 3, 0, it's a much easier question than if I have to clean up this whole ugly mess. So I'm going to get 3 plus 0 in this parenthesis. In this parenthesis, I'm going to get 2 minus 2, which is convenient because that's just a 0. Here, I'm going to get 6 minus 0. Here, I'm going to get 1 plus 2 times 2, which would be a 4. On the bottom, I'm going to get this 3 plus 0 quantity squared. So here, I seem to get a big old 0, right? Because this is 3 times 0, which is going to be gone, minus a 6 times a 5. And on the bottom, I seem to get a 3 squared. So I think I get negative 30 over 9. Which might be the answer they give. They also might cancel a 3 and make it a negative 10 over 3. So there we have it, right? So they canceled the 3 and got a negative 10 over 3, right?